Today, I wanted to talk about the movies that inspired me the most as an artist. So, the first movie that inspired me a lot is Clueless. Clueless was directed by Amy Heckerling. It was released in 1995. So it is set in Beverly Hills High School and it follows Cher, a wealthy teenager who decides to use her fashion sense and social status to help others find love and happiness. So the film explores her journey of personal growth and self-discovery. So what inspired me in this movie is first the fashion. Clueless fashion is truly iconic. Fashion is so important in this movie because of course it induces how wealthy or how poor the characters are. You know, like there's a makeover scene and it is truly so inspiring. Like the fabrics, the patterns of the outfits are really truly unforgettable, and those are what made the movie even more famous. The plot has a blend of comedy and coming of age elements, and the thing that I love about the plot is that it's so stereotypical at the beginning, and then you just realize how these are normal teenagers. And as Mean Girls, you know, as the movie Mean Girls that I loved, it's stereotypical but in a good way because it was written so we could understand how as teenagers we put ourselves in boxes, and at the end of both movies we just understand that these are normal people and they dress a little bit less like adults, you know, because the fashion is like, it's really adult-ish, you know, type vibe. This is an important part in the character development because they dress like this because they want to appear as better as everyone in the school, and so they dress like adults. Really, the movie focuses a lot on futuristic elements or like avant-garde, you know, elements with like this app that can help Cher choose her outfits to go to school, or just, it's really timeless. What I love in Clueless is that it's much less, you know, radical and like really defined. It's not like that Cher is a mean girl necessarily. Like she's just depicted as superficial, but she's not the mean girl of high school, which is, in my opinion, much more realistic. But yeah, like even like the less popular girl, which is Ty, I love her character too because it's like Caddy in Mean Girls. She is like an outcast and then she becomes a little mean and a little superficial, but yeah, at the end you just see how much they evolved because they find their true selves. So yeah, I loved it. Next, we got Inside Out. So Inside Out came out in 2015. It was directed by Pete Docter and Roni Del Carmen. Here, it's an animated film by Disney and Pixar. It dives into the emotional life of the 11-year-old Riley, and we just see her emotions. Who doesn't know Inside Out? The inspirational points of this movie for me were the colors. The movie uses distinct colors to represent different emotions, and I will talk about the two movies because the second came out this year and I watched it and I loved it. But like, for example, Joy, she doesn't have the same eye color as her skin, and it's kind of symbolic, and I love when everything makes sense, and in this movie everything makes sense and it's so well written, and we love every character. Honestly, I loved it. And even Anxiety is like, you know, annoying sometimes, but we understand her. And I feel like as, you know, non-teenagers, some friends of mine told me that they didn't dislike Anxiety, whereas like some teenagers really disliked Anxiety. But I feel like it's because we took a step back from Anxiety, while like when you're a teenager it's really hitting you home. And yeah, the plot is amazing, and I honestly I was so surprised that I liked the second movie even more than I liked the first movie, because generally it's not the case, and I liked it even more. I thought that the plot was so interesting, and I love that in their plot everything gets even more complex when you grow older, even though of course you can have anxiety as a child, you know, and you have sometimes anxiety as a child. But yeah, I loved everything about it, honestly. And the ambience, the atmosphere, so calming. Like, this is a movie that I love to watch when I need to relax and calm myself down. And also the fact that I love movies or series that are like both cool to watch for children and for adults. And next we have Enola Holmes. So there's two movies. I'm gonna refer to both movies. The first one came out in 2020. It was directed by Harry Bradby. So the story is around the teenage sister of the famous detective Sherlock Holmes. So her mother goes missing one day and Enola embarks on a journey to find her, so to uncover the mystery around her disappearance. First, I love period movies, like movies that are set in different eras, and especially like 1800s, things like that. I love it. I think it's so interesting, and I love the fashion, I love the sets. The characters, like the actors, are so good. They are so good, and it was really like a blast to watch this movie. So yeah, of course it tackles societal expectations and feminine empowerment and just feminism as a whole, and I loved it. So I loved the dynamic between the characters, and it is so good because the chemistry of the actors is so good, and like the relationship between Sherlock Holmes and Enola Holmes is so cute. I love them as like siblings, It is not like a big mystery movie where you just have to uncover the mystery as she uncovers it. It's much more like you watch it and you just relax, and it's not necessarily like super complex, but it is well written, and I will say this for all the movies, I think. So I loved it, honestly, like the aesthetic, the atmosphere, everything was so great. Both movies. Tangled, my favorite Disney movie ever. Tangled came out in 2010. It was directed by Byron Howard and Nathan Greeno. So of course it's a Disney animated musical that reimagines the tale of Rapunzel. I love the vibrant visuals. It is a movie that is so uplifting. I love the songs, I love the visuals, I love everything about it, The love story between Rapunzel and Flynn Rider, which is the best Disney prince ever, even though Naveen exists. But yeah, their love story is so cute. Mother Gothel, I don't know. Anyways, Rapunzel's mother, she is one of the best evil characters of Disney. Watching Rapunzel step into her power, step into her independence, discovering basically life, It's really, really funny. Like, it's really well written because I feel like everyone can have a good laugh. Obviously, the outfits are not historically accurate, but it's okay. The village, oh my god, the town, the kingdom, it's so beautiful. Like, are you kidding me right now? And that Kingdom Dance song is my favorite song of all time, like my favorite song that doesn't have lyrics of all time. The characters complement each other so well, and I love the subplot, with Flynn Rider and all the troubles that he gets himself into, and how it connects at the end with Rapunzel's story. And it was so well dubbed in English and also in French, because we have the best dubbing industry in the whole world. My last movie will be Us. So Us is a horror movie. It's like a thriller, psychological horror movie. So Us came out in 2019. It was directed by Jordan Peele. So the movie follows the Wilson family as they go on vacation to their beach house, and they have a peaceful getaway, and it turns into a nightmare when they are confronted by their doppelgangers. So their doppelgangers are terrorizing. Honestly, I love horror movies and I'm not scared really easily, but it's really creepy. Like, the ambience and everything is so creepy. The actors, come on. I think those are the best actors on my whole list. Like Lupita Nyong'o, she is oh my god, amazing. The fact that they play both their doppelgangers and their regular characters, it's amazing. They are so good. The plot twist is amazing, and like the whole lore, the movie, the plot was so well thought. And you know, that's a movie that I watched many times. This movie has a special place in my heart, you know. It's really a one of a kind movie, you know. So yeah, of course, the characters, the duality of the characters and their doppelgangers is amazing. There's like a music that is, you know, like the theme. That's a theme, like, you know, like when a music repeats itself throughout the movie, and it's so great. And I didn't notice it my first times watching it, but then I recognize like the evolution of the music throughout the movie, and oh my god, the music is so stressful, and so it's amazing. Like it's a dark movie that is about so many themes. Like it's about protecting your family, the ones you love. It's about like fighting for a better future, and it's really like there's this tense atmosphere to the movie. You're on your seat the whole movie. Anyways, I loved it. That's my, like, we're finishing by my favorite of all. So those are the movies that inspired me as an artist. They inspired me because I would like one day, you know, to direct a movie, and yeah, I love it. I would love to play the evil character in a movie. I would love to play in a horror movie. And yeah, I love mystery movies and horror movies, and I love the more like comedic coming of age movies and girly movies. I love them all, and it inspires me in my art. It inspires me a lot to create. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video of me exploring how these movies have influenced my artistic journey. And I could do a part 2 with the series that inspired me as an artist. So let me know if you would love a second video on this series. We'll see each other next week, and yeah, alright, bye.